Well, we start here. It's Zephany Nurse's kidnapper, Lavona Solomon. I'm sure you remember the name. It's going to be a big day. She's going home today. She's served the correct number of years within her sentence to be placed on a pre-release program. Very briefly, remember, Solomon convicted of kidnapping back in March of 2016 at the Western Cape High Court. Let's head back down to Kevin Brandt, eNCA reporter, who's following this for us as well. Hello, Kevin. Good to have you with us. And it's a story that I think captivated the entire country, which is, I don't think it's difficult to remember the names. That's some 2 decades ago. Give us expectation for parole and what you've been hearing from people about the parole of her.
A very good morning to you, Gareth. Indeed, a very high-profile case here in Cape Town in the Western Cape. Back in 2016, the trial here at the Western Cape High Court drew a lot of attention, both from the public as well as the people directly involved in this case. So today I'm outside the Community Corrections Office here in the city of Cape Town, where it's expected that Lavona Solomon will now, after 7 years, she has been given a 10-year sentence, having served 7 of that. She will today be granted parole, and she will be leaving from this facility here after being processed. I believe that she was allowed to then stay over last night at the Polesmoor Correctional Services facility, which is normally a correction service facility close to where the person resides. She lives here in the southern suburbs in Cape Town, which makes Polesmoor the specific correction service facility where she would have then overnight, and today being released from here after being processed. Now, we have spoken to some people with regard to, or got reaction with regard to her release. A lot of people feel that, you know, it's a matter that should be put behind us, that Lavona has now served the time and that she's paid the price for her crime. Some other people feel that, you know, the Nurse family, you know, they haven't really been given the proper opportunity to really interact with her. So there are varying views with regard to Lavona Solomon's release here today, but she is expected to then today leave this facility here. We will also get an update from the Department of Correctional Services with regard to exactly what those parole conditions will entail. The department has been very stealthy in the recent past, also with regard to how it managed very high-profile cases, not giving away a lot of detail in terms of when and where the person will be released from. But our expectation is that Lavona will, throughout the course of the morning, be leaving the Community Corrections Centre here in the Cape Town CBD, Gareth.
And I'm quite certain that you, Kevin, are going to try and get a comment. I don't think she's going to speak to the media, of course, but of course you're going to give it a go. Has there been any comment at all, just as I say goodbye to you, has there been any comment from Zephany herself in the build-up to this? Any reaction from, you know, those closest to her? I know you mentioned the family weren't necessarily given the interactions they were hoping for, but any word at all from Zephany or someone close to her about the parole?
Well, Gareth, you know, at the time that Lavona reared Zephany as her own, she gave her the name Michelle. I've tried to reach out to her as well, no response. But I've seen in media reports that she welcomed the release on parole of the woman who reared her as her own. I also understand that she, you know, in the meantime, she got married and that her biological father, Zephany Nurse, walked her down the aisle. So there do seem to appear to be some relationship between Zephany Nurse and her biological parents as well. But what I got from media reports, at least, is that she welcomed the fact that Lavona will today be released on parole and that she has now paid for her crime, and she wants Lavona then to now, you know, start rebuilding her life again and welcoming the fact that she will be out in the community again. Gareth.
All right, then Kevin Brandt for the moment. Thank you very much. What is essentially his Friday is going to look like a parole watch for us is our Kevin Brandt down in Cape Town for us. Back to him, I'm sure, as we get more updates or possibly one of the sightings of Lavona Solomon. Very eagle-eyed is our Kevin Brandt. We'll leave him to it and get an update from him a little bit later.